Welcome to the annual Hunger Games. I'm your host, Lana. So, for this week, if you haven't already guessed, I'm doing the Hunger Games, also because I've also said it for the last 3 weeks that I'm doing this. So, yeah. And the shelf decided to make an appearance today. I know this video is going to be lost in the void. Basically, unless you just come here often, which is pretty much all my friends and family. That's it. I did write a summary for the first one, and then I started doing it for the second book, and then I gave up halfway through, and so then I told myself, just take off whatever you can from the back. And then the third one I completely gave up and just said, just make it up as you go. Because I was sitting here for so long just typing this up and everything, so I just started to... I'm sorry. Also, I'm going to talk about, the book and movie thing. I'm not going to, go in depth and yell at you about it, but I am going to mention it. And the mistakes that I made. That I feel like I made. Anyway, let me just pull my computer out of the black hole and... So, for the first book, I have the summary. And, it starts off just weird. I didn't even, the first few sentences aren't even the summary. It's just bleh. And then, yeah, I don't even know what I did. I was really lazy with this. I'm very sorry. But I think it's funny, so. So, basically, kids murdering each other legally. Why is that funny? Anyway, way in the future, basically in a world where North America is called Panem, and run by the capital, which is basically full of really stuck-up and annoying people who wear too many colorful things and jewelry. They have what is called the Hunger Games each year, and they choose a boy and girl from the age of 12 to 18 from each district, and there are 12 different districts. And all the kids have to fight/survive till there's only one of them left. And in the 74th annual Hunger Games, 16-year-old Katniss Everdeen takes her sister's place because she has great survival skills. Anyway, that is the first book. And then we're going to go on to the second book, which is just a mess. It is 3 sentences. Congratulations. It's not even 3, it's 1. Katniss won the Hunger Games along with Peeta, and they are both somehow still alive, and they have heard and seen sparks of rebellion against the capital they've heard it from people around different districts when they're doing their victory tour, which is really cruel. Going around to all the different districts and talking about the people that tried to kill them, or they killed them, or they tried to save and ended up dying. So that's just amazing. And Gale is staying away from her, and Peeta's mad at her, and apparently Katniss and Peeta created the rebellion, and they're told to stop, or things are gonna happen to people they love, and it's a mess from here. It's a whole mess from here. And then, book 3. Let me just stick this back in the void. Book 3. So this one is the Quarter Quell. The 75th annual Hunger Games. And the Quarter Quell, always something is chosen for a twist. One of the last Quarter Quell, which was the 50th annual Hunger Games, they had double the amount of players, because I guess they call them players, I think. I don't even know. These people are twisted. There's always a twist, and the twist here, I won't tell you. But, Katniss is trying to survive, and there are new leaders. The revolution is unfolding, and people are still rebelling, and it's getting worse. And Katniss doesn't know whether to go against it like she's told or help it go along. And she's trying to figure out if District 13 really does exist and why has it now come out of whatever hole they were hiding in to help get rid of the Capitol. And she has to make different difficult choices in order to save the people she loves, protect them, but also try and not have too many people killed. I said it gets a whole bunch of more mess from the beginning if you don't know what the Hunger Games is, because if you haven't, have you been living under a hole? Because it's like everywhere. That's why I'm saying this video is going to get lost in the void, because there's so many videos on it. So let's just stick that back in there. Anyway, pull this back out of the black hole. So the rating is 9 out of 10. I think I gave it, because I would have given it a perfect, but I think I gave it a 9 out of 10 for a reason, and I'll explain it more when I get to the movies and book, the difference between the movie and book, all that mess. I'll explain that further. And then I say ages 12 and up because there is a lot of fighting, there is murder, there are teenagers killing each other. There's a lot of violence, basically. So I would say 12 and up, but I don't really know. Well, I mean, they start at ages 12 and up. 12 to 18. So there's a lot of violence. What I do like about this, though, is the romance. I'm sorry. It's not too painfully obvious that it's there, but it's like a little touch in there that it's enough to satisfy my want for the romance. So, yeah. Okay, so there's something weird about my copies of the Hunger Games books, though. The only one that is normal is the first one. It is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And man, do I love this sound. Why do I like this sound so much? ASMR. It smells good too. Don't question me. I smell my books. If you don't do it too, there's something wrong. I don't even know why I'm laying this down. Okay, so the weirdness starts by the second book. I found the first and the third book at one store, and I didn't find the second. So, the first one's called The Hunger Games, this is called Catching Fire, and the third one's called Mockingjay. Anyway, so the second one, right here, Catching Fire, I did not find it in the same store I found Hunger Games and Mockingjay. My mom actually found this at a completely different store that I totally forgot. And so it's a completely different edition, and it's fatter than these are, because I'm pretty sure these are thinner pages, and they just make a beautiful crackling noise. I'm sorry, but that's amazing. But why I say it's weird, not just because it's odd from the other two, because I don't like that it's odd, but I'm okay with it. But my problem, it's not a problem, I just thought it was weird. This is the UK version. United Kingdom. British, basically. And I didn't realize it until like the first few chapters in. Because I started seeing words spelt differently. Like, you normally wouldn't spell them for the US. And I was so confused. And then I was looking through like a little more, and I was like, this is definitely a British version. And then until I finally looked on the back, which I totally forgot where it was, it says the UK right on the bottom back here. And so I just thought that was weird. That was really strange. And so my problem the weirdness for this one, which was actually pretty aggravating, was not all the words printed. And it didn't start till the very end. So that was even worse, because the very end is where everything finally all folds together and you understand everything. And it was just words are missing, so I had to kind of write it in. Sticky notes right here where this happened, and so I had to write them in. Or I kind of had to guess, because it was maybe a little faded, so I had to guess. And so then, there's more. I'm trying to get to them. Yeah, there's more where it was faded, and then there was just an ink splotch right here. And that's it. So I basically had to guess what it said. I had no idea unless it was like faded. And so then I also asked one of my friends from her copy, and I told her to look at these pages and the sentence right in the specific place, tell me what it says so I can write it in it so I can fix it, because it's missing things and there's an ink splotch on one page and I don't know what was going on with the printing when it happened, but I'm actually pretty aggravated with it because I don't like the fact that it happened, but I guess things like this happen sometimes. I don't know. It's aggravating me. Okay, so one thing I want to talk about now. Why am I doing that? This is strange. What am I doing? Okay, so one thing I want to talk about is the books and movies. So definitely I'm the book person. I will tell you the books are way better. There's a lot more information and a lot more things to understand. And there's something that's really funny and is my best, like my most favorite part of the entire series, which I can't tell you. Just watch. Just watch Finnick. That's it. Just watch Finnick. Read them. Pay attention to Finnick. Finnick is amazing. But they didn't do it in the movie, so I'm really upset about it. But so I'm just saying the books are way better, and basically all the time, most of the time they are. And I'm going to say that a lot. I have watched movies and TV shows for certain books and book series. And I will definitely say the books have a lot more information. And I understand the movies, they do have to cut out things because people aren't going to sit down for 4-hour-long movies. But I'm that one weirdo who does, because I watched every Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. And I'm okay with it. My younger sister ran out of the room within the first 30 minutes, so yeah, and those movies are like 3 hours long each. I am totally fine with really long movies. I don't understand people and their thing for not having super long movies, because I binge watch 40-minute episodes for like 5 hours straight. So but yes, definitely the books are better. They have a lot more information, like all books do. And I understand the whole they have to take things out. Just wish they hadn't, or they didn't have to. So one mistake that I wish you didn't make, I guess, is watching the movies first. I mean, yes, you can watch the movies after and you're going to get angry with them, and You're definitely not going to be happy, but I mean, it's better than watching the movies first and then reading. Because I watched the movies over the summer, but then like a month or a little bit after, I don't even know, a few months, 2 months, 1 month, whatever, a little time after I watched the movies, I got the trilogy. I got the books. And I didn't finally read them till the beginning of the school year, which, as I keep saying, is a wonderful idea. But I didn't read them till the beginning of the school year. And I don't like the fact that I did that, because I feel like it kind of messed up the books for me. The books did have more information, and it was a lot better, and it was funny, but I feel like it dulled me on some parts that I wish I could have cried in. Because in the movies, I would have cried, most likely, if I wasn't around my family. Because don't you all feel like a sense of you have to keep your tears in while watching a sad movie? I mean, most of the time I don't, but don't you? And so there wasn't a lot of information on, like, the basis of characters and how their bonding went in the movie. It was not as sad as I thought it would be. So when I finally got to reading some of those parts, it didn't get me as much. I think I only cried once throughout the entire book series, and it was probably in the last book. I remember it was something to do with the cat. Actually, I remember what it was, too, but I'm not going to say anything because I don't like spoiling. And I think reading all 3 book reviews kind of did spoil some things, but I mean, book summaries, not... whatever. But I say you should definitely read the books first and then watch the movies, or you don't have to watch the movies at all because the movies will make you mad. But I watched the movies during the summer, read the books in the beginning of the school year, and then I rewatched the movies at some point after that, because we bought the DVDs. They had them on sale at Walmart, and so we just bought the DVDs, and I wanted to rewatch them. So basically, yeah, and I was really angry. Like, I was really angry with the Percy Jackson movies. I swear. I'm so happy they stopped it after the second one, because those don't. And when I finally do this other series up here that murdered me emotionally and I'm still damaged from it, that I can't even say the book names, book series, nothing. I can say the author's name, but if I say oh my goodness, I'm gonna cry. Hey, how you doing? I'm emotionally damaged from that book series, and the movies made it so much worse. So, I guess, thank you for watching the video that is most likely lost in the void right now. And may the odds be ever in your favor. Did that sound British or capital accent?